Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance. We are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Indianapolis Colts. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
There's a fast release by Wilson out to the flat. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
On first down, Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll make it a second down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too.
Touchdown.
To throw again on second down. Wilson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now Wilson on first down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Throwing is Wilson. And that is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They'll look to run with Taylor. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he stopped immediately there. So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. They'll try and run. Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short. Fourth down, here's Jackson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Colts are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. 5-3 their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them, and number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games.
They've got his man complete, and they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big connection on that one, 39 yards.
when they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now Wilson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
When the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the handoff, Taylor. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. To throw is Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Tershawn Wharton. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Play action. Now Wilson out to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there for Indy.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They should have gotten more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 14-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Second and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. 2nd and goal from the 1. Wilson on the keeper. And I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Well, they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Tucker's kick is good. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Take it in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told him, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Got a man complete. It's Taylor. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. First and 10, Taylor now. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. On the option right is Jackson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. This is a 26-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And the final number on that throw, boy, it traveled an even 69 yards. Tucker with the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown Colts. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And some room to maneuver. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. He's got a man complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
They go play action with Wilson. And incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Colts are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. The extra point up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Airing this one out for Evans. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Wilson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Elijah Moore with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. And, oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. Now a give to Taylor. Taylor's got the first down and more. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Colts use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes it at the 7. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot.
It got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Airing this one out for Evans. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. He'll try again, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead. So this is now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a one-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Wilson going to throw for it. And he'll get in as they're back within a score now. The lead's down to 7. And that almost makes it a brand new ballgame. Now it's a one-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation.
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. You scared. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Night, sweetheart. Let's go.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson airing this one out for Evans. And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
29 is the Mike.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Mike 29. No chance. 29 is the Mike. Mike 20. Go.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Eluding the pressure right. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Play action. It's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Adafe Owe in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Let's see what you got.
Now it's Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
29 is the mic. I 7, let's go.
Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. Finds his tight end Ingram. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And this is complete to Moore on the comebacker. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's a fast release by Wilson out to the flat. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. 130 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Being chased out left. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Indianapolis, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.